Okay, sir.
So a network is called a traversable network if you can completely draw it without removing your pen from the paper to draw another line. So let us see if you can draw this one completely without removing our pen from the paper or whatever. So this, let's just draw it anyhow. Did I succeed? I have drawn the figure without removing my pen, without taking off the pen to draw another part. Did you see that?
Sir.
Yes, please.
I'm lost.
We are at D.
Okay.
So I've said a network is traversable if you can draw it without removing your pen to draw another line. That means you can draw it completely at once without removing your pen to draw another part.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So okay, let me do this. Let me save this. So let us draw it and see if this works. And I just indicated that I drew it without removing the pen to do that. So let's see if you can draw this network completely without removing this pen. So I'm starting here. Please don't bother about the shape, okay?
Yes.
Then I move downwards, I go upwards, then I move around, I come to this point and I go down. I've drawn it completely without removing the pen from the paper, right?
Yes, sir.
So is this network traversable or not?
It is.
It's traversable.
Traversable. So it is traversable. It is traversable. Why? Because
you can draw it
at once without taking the pen off paper. So that is why it's traversable. This is nice. You know, I've not gone through this question before. No, but you have to also go through. Because I had a lot of works here or the opposite, and I've been spending the whole time to arrange it. Wow, this is really nice. I'm very happy with this. Okay. Now, so this brings us to question 9. Do we have any issues with this question?
No, sir.
Nobody. Question 9. Are there our other classmates who would like to attend this class and they don't know that it's going on and we have not invited them?
They were reminded. But...
Anyway, if they had interest, they would have come. Anyway, the time will come when they want to come and we will not be available. At that time, I'll be sending the link to the people I want them to attend my class.
Hi.
That can be very dangerous because I will not need so many people to come and be disturbing. Now, so given that y varies inversely, or y is inversely proportional to x, complete the table. So how do we write y is inversely proportional to x?
Y is x. Y is equals to x. Oh my.
Inverse means 1 over. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So this can now be written as y
is equals to 1 over.
A constant, yeah. Right?
Yes, sir.
Times 1 over x now. A constant times 1 over x. Yeah. Or another way to write it is you just write y is equal to a constant over x. So this is the relationship.
X.
Yes, over x. Now, we need to look for this constant.
Okay.
So how can we find this constant? We can find this constant if we know the value of x and the value of y at the same time for a given value. So we can use this portion of the table to find the constant x. And from this portion, when x is equal to y is equal to 8, x is equal to, excuse me,
over
x
3
equal to k over 3.
over
So this implies that k is equal to
8 times 3.
which is 24 now.
Yes, sir.
So we can write this relationship as y is equal to 24 over x. Or you can write xy equals 24. You will still be correct. It's the same thing. Xy equals 24. You can now use this to complete the table. Xy is equal to 24. So now let's complete this table. Now on this table now, when x is 2, we want to look for the value of y. If x is 2, we are going to have 2 times y to be equal to 24. And what will be the value of y?
Y equals to 12.
So y will be equal to 12, which is 24 divided by 2. So we have 12 here. And here, what will be the value of x when y is equal to 24 or 9? So we use the same relation. So say x times y, y is 24 or 9. So I'll write 24 or 9x, 24 over 9x should be equal to what? Should be equal to 24, right?
Yes, sir.
So we multiply both sides by 9, we'll have 24x equal to 24 times 9. But 24 is common on the side, so we can cancel it out, times 9. So divide both sides by 24. You cancel here, divide the side by 24 also. You cancel here. What will be the value of x?
X will be equal to 9.
X will be equal to 9. So we have our 9 here. And we have completed that table. Any questions here?
No, sir.
Okay, so we can now move to question 10. Question 10. So this is question 10, and it reads figure 3 below or above is a circle with center O and BD. This is BD. BD is a tangent to the circle at B, as you can see. Find the value of angle X. So find the value of angle X. Now from this figure, this angle X is 50 degrees. That's from circle theorems. This angle here, which is 50 degrees, is always equal to this angle here, which is X. So the angle that the tangent makes with the angle, with the chord that subtends an angle, this is the chord that subtends the angle AB. This is a chord. The angle between this chord and a tangent, this is a tangent. This angle is always equal to the angle subtended by that chord on the circumference. That's a circle theorem. So X is equal to 50 degrees. I'll show you other ways to get angle X if you don't remember this one, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. And now, since X is equal to 50 degrees, now this angle here should be 2 times angle X, right?
Yes, sir.
Because this is the angle subtended at the center. This angle here is always 2 times this angle at the circumference. So this will be 100. And since this is a radius, from A to O is the radius, and from O to B is also the radius,
It's
it means that if
25.
this angle is Y, this angle is also Y now.
Yes, sir.
So from here, you can see now that if you sum all of the angles of the triangle, it gives you 180 degrees, right? So we have y plus y, that will give us 2y plus that 100 degrees should be equal to 180 degrees. Should be equal to 180. And from here, 2y is equal to how many degrees? 80 degrees. And y will be equal to, y is equal to 40 degrees.
Yes, sir.
Y is equal to 40 degrees. Okay, 40 degrees. Now, another way to find angle y is this. At this point B, right?
Yes, sir.
This is a tangent. It means that the angle between this radius, between OA and this line is 90 degrees. So this angle here is 90 degrees. Can you see the line I'm drawing?
Yes, sir.
So this total angle is 90, but if this small part is already 50, what is left to make it 90? This is y. So y plus 50 just at this point is 90. And y is equal to 40 degrees. And from there, yes, when you have y now, you will have you'll find this angle here, which is 100 degrees, and then you divide by 2, you have x. So you can work backwards to have angle x. Now, we can now look for angle z. So let's get angle z. So how do we find angle z? We know that if you consider the angle A, B, C, if we sum all the angles, it gives us 180, right?
Yes, sir.
So we have y, but y is 40. So this is y and y again. So y plus y is 40 plus 40, 80. So we have 80 plus, this angle here is 25. Plus angle x up here, which is 50. Then plus angle z. Plus angle z. Now we have already used this y, which is 40 plus this 40, 80. So z is left. So plus z is equal to 180. So from here, what is the value of angle z? Minus 155. What's the answer? 25 degrees. So as we go through these papers, I encourage you that after you go through, I am the one solving now, not you solving. For these papers to really take effect, you have to solve it again. When you solve, you have an error. Now you have a difficulty. You now remind me that I have a difficulty here, and then I'm going to help you. In that case, you have learned. If I finish solving this paper, because I am acting now like a motivational speaker for you. Motivational speaker can never take you anywhere. It can only motivate you to do it yourself. Only you can do it. So after this, it's good. You solve. Whenever you learn online, you have to redo it. Otherwise, you will not learn any practical skill. Unlike things like history, you can just listen online, and that's mathematics and all these solving things you need to redo. So this is my advice. Okay, question 11. Question 11. So given that A equals this and B equals this, find 3A. So we just multiply each element by 3, right?
Yes, sir.
We have 6, 0,
0,
9,
9,
and 15.
15.
So this is 3A. Then they said that we find A plus B. So A plus B will just be equal to, we add the entries. 2 plus minus 1.
1.
0 plus minus 3.
Minus 3.
3 plus 2.
5.
And 5 plus minus 1.
I have 4.
Now
1, sorry.
Okay.
Plus,
The C
yes, sir.
okay, the absolute value of B is the modulus or magnitude of B is 2x plus 1. Find the value of x. So what does this imply? Now, how do we get the determinant of B? Minus 1 times minus 1 is 1, right? Minus 2 times minus 3, minus 6. This is the determinant of matrix B. And this answer should be equal to 2x plus 1. 1 minus minus 6 is 7. So 7 is equal to 2x minus 1. Sorry, 2x plus 1. And from here, we carry 1 to the left-hand side, we'll be left with 6 to be equal to 2x. And what will be the value of x?
X equals to 3.
X equals to 3. So you can now write it as x equals 3. So x equals 3. Any question with this particular problem?
No, sir.
Okay. The other person is not talking. Is it okay?
Yes, sir, it's okay.
Okay. Let's go to question 12. Question 12. Right, let me clean this. Now, given that A, 2, 3, B, minus 2, 4 are positions of points referred to the origin O or referenced to the origin O, find the coordinate of C, given that OC equals OA minus AB. The first thing to do here is to find AB, right? And AB is equal to OB, that is head minus tail, minus what? OA. Do you know about these ones?
No, sir.
To find the vector AB, A is the head, B is the head. So this is the head. Tail. So vector AB is equal to head minus tail. The head is B. So you put an O in front. And the tail is A. All you do to this point B like this. So you write it like this, column matrix form. Minus 2, 4. Minus 2, 4. These are the coordinates. Minus coordinates of point A is 3, 2. 3, 2. So this will give us minus 2 minus 3 minus 5. And 4 minus 2, 2. 2. So this is our AB. Now we can look for OC. So OC is equal to OA. Our OA is still this 3, 2. OA. All right, let me just write it the way it's supposed to be. Clean this. OA. So this will just be equal to OA 3, 2 minus AB. What's our AB? Minus 5.
Mine 5 and 2.
So this will be equal to 3 minus minus 5. 8. 2 minus 2. 0. So what are the coordinates of the point OC? So C has coordinate 8, 0. Those are the coordinates of point C. It's not difficult now. Maybe just because you have not done it, so it's not difficult. Can we move to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Question 12 or 13? 13. Okay, yes, question 13. A hexagonal base pyramid is 15 centimeters tall. The area of its base is 8 centimeters squared. Calculate its volume. So the base area, to get the volume of any object, you take base area times height, and they've given us the base area. This is 18, and the height is 15. So the volume is equal to base area times the height. So this will be equal to 18 times 15 times 15, which is equal to
270.
270 centimeters cubed. Now for B, we are asked to calculate the surface area of this figure. To calculate the total surface area of this figure. What's the name of this figure? It's a cuboid now.
A cube, yes, sir.
It's a cube.
It's
It's a cuboid. When
Cuboid.
some are different, it's called a cuboid. Okay. So for a cuboid, the total surface area is given by 2 into, because all the faces appear in pairs, 2 times the length times the width plus the width times the height plus the height times what? The height times the length. Why? Because look at this face. This face here occurs 2 times. This face also occurs on this other side. This top face also occurs on the bottom. And this face in front also occurs at the back. So that's why we have the length times width 2 times, because there are 2 faces. Now width times height, this face 2 times because it costs 2 times, and then the height times the length. This is the height times the length, this face costs twice. So this will be equal to 2 into our length. Let's write our length. Let our length be equal to 3.
3 centimeters.
Then our width 1, and our height
5.
equal to 2. So this goes 2 length times width, 3 times 1
3
plus width
Plus.
times height
1 times 2
plus height times length.
2 times 3.
2 times 3. So what does this give us all together?
We have 3, 2, 6, 6, 11, 22. We have 22.
22 centimeters squared. So that is it. All right, we can go to question 14. Question 14. Okay, question 14. So the figure above is a pie chart showing past in 3 compulsory subjects: English, French, maths, and maths. In which subject did the students perform the best?
So how do you know?
Look at the area that has the biggest, the one with the biggest area now.
It's English.
But must you solve it or you just write it down
You
like
don't
that?
need to solve anything because you don't need to solve. You just need to write it down.
Okay, so
And because English has the largest area of the sector. What fraction of the students pass French? What fraction pass French?
But what do you want?
This is 90 degrees now.
Yes.
yes, sir.
So 90 degrees, so it's just 90 degrees divided by 180 degrees. Sorry, divided by 360. This gives us 1/4, right? You have 90 here, 90 here. 4. Now see, given that there were 60 students, now, so there were 60 students. How many students pass in mathematics? Now, this one is 90, and this is 150. So 90 plus 150 gives us 90 plus 150 gives us 240, right? 240. So what is left for mathematics? 120 now. So mathematics is 120 degrees, right?
Yes, sir.
So for mathematics, we will have 120 degrees, that's the fraction of the students, divided by 360 degrees, and the total number of students, 60 students. 120 here, 1, 120 here, 3, 60 divided by 3.
It's
3 here, 1, 3 here, 20. So 20 students, right?
20.
20 students.
yes.
So 20 students, you write it in words, okay? This brings us to the last question of paper 2, section A. Last question of section A. So question 15. We have a fair coin is tossed twice. Find the probability of getting 2 heads, 2 tails, both outcomes are the same. This one can be done using the tree diagram, or you can use the probability set. If you toss a coin 2 times, these are the possible outcomes. You either have, let me just write it this way. You either had, in the first toss, you have a head and a head, or you have a head and a tail, or you have a tail and a head, or you have 2 tails. These are all the possible outcomes when you toss a coin twice. And it's a fair coin, right?
Yes, sir.
If you want to use a tree diagram, you equally, this is what you have. When you toss the first time, either have a head or a tail. Then for the second toast, you can either have a head again, or you have a tail. If in the first toast you had a tail, the second toast can have a head, or you can have a tail. And since they say the coin is a fair coin, everything is a half. Probability is 50-50. This is the meaning of 50-50. Everything is 50-50. If it was not fair, it will not be 50-50. So now I'll show you how to use the tool to determine all of this. So what the problem is that you have 2 heads. 2 heads means head in the first, head in the second. So if you want to use the sample space, how many elements are in this sample space here?
4.
Okay, so the number of elements in the sample space is equal to 4. So how many heads do you have?
1 head.
So probability of head will just be equal to 1/4 now, because you have only one case out of how many? 4.
1/4.
If you want to use the tree diagram, you take a probability from here. This will be equal to probability of head will be a half times a half, which is 1/4. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Now, probability of 2 tails. That means probability of tail. You already know the answer now.
It is 1/4.
The probability of tail is 1/4. If you want to use the tree diagram, you still have the same thing. So for the tree diagram, you have this tail. So probability of tail will be a half times the half, which is still 1/4. Now see what are the probability that both outcomes are the same. Both outcomes are the same means that you either have head or tail. So you can come here and check. This one is the same, and this one is the same, right?
Yes, sir.
So how many of those numbers are the same?
One.
There are 2 now.
Yes, sir.
2 of the cases are the same. So you have 2 out of 4. Or you can look at these 2 answers. It's the answer of A plus the answer of B. 1/4 plus 1/4 is equal to a half. So this is the end of paper 2, section A. Tomorrow we'll look at section B, and then we'll continue with 2019, June itself, GCE 2019, paper 1.
Yes, sir. So what time tomorrow?
During the week is 7 p.m. On Sundays is 2 p.m.
Okay. So
Yes.
thank you so much for today.
You're
Alright.
welcome. May God
Thank you for the
bless
class,
you.
sir.
Yes, please. I really beg on you to solve these questions again. Because if you don't solve again, you might not really grab the knowledge.
We will
Alright, sir.
start.
We will stop it.
All right, thank you so
Yes,
much. And
sir.
don't forget to share our videos with your friends and different groups. That's how you encourage us to work more.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.